afternoon. This is the day 3 of Eurostar conference in Edinburgh, and we are joined by Shaun McGirr. And it's delightful to have you here, Shaun, and you're speaking at Eurostar conference for this edition. Firstly, for the benefit of the audience, please, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Shaun. I'm Chief AI Officer at DevOn Software Services. We're a software development partner. A lot of what we do is testing, which is why I'm here. And yeah, tomorrow, at last day of Eurostar, 9 a.m., I'm sharing 5 surprising things that I've learned helping our company adopt AI in software development, including testing.
Fantastic. And what's your kind of journey been like, Shaun, as in your own career? Have you been a tester or a different background?
So my history as a tester is I've only ever been one of those people who's been asked to do user acceptance testing, as in, please break this thing.
Yes.
So at the start of my career 20 years ago, I was just an operations person doing jack of all trades kind of stuff, but always around technology. And I gained a reputation at that time for being very good at doing unexpected things with Internet Explorer 6 and monkey testing as a human. But my career's been all in data and AI.
Okay.
Now, if you work in data and AI, the things that keep you up at night and the things that you care about are actually much closer to what quality and testing people care about than software developers themselves. So I always felt an affinity working with quality people that I could work with them and get across something there. So I've worked at a bunch of different industries, countries, spent some time in academia, worked for some software vendors, and been, until quite recently, kind of hands-on as a data scientist and building AI solutions, leading teams. Now what I do is help customers work out where is it sensible to apply AI to what we do in our products or in our process.
Amazing. This conference, this edition of Eurostar is all about AI in that sense. What are you gaining from your interactions in the conference, or in general the tone of the conference? Is it kind of encouraging for you as somebody who's kind of perhaps evangelizing AI, or are you sensing hesitation amongst adopters?
I think it's probably about what I expected, that people are curious.
Okay.
Compared to maybe some people more on the development side who are go, 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 use everything, break everything. But that's like, those people tend to become software developers, engineers, product people. The people who are a bit more cautious probably tend to become quality and testing people. So it's about what I expected. But for me personally, like the keynote this morning from Mark Harmon was like, I wasn't, because I'm not natively from this space, seeing what's possible and how when you put AI in that kind of scaled up automated framework was kind of mind-blowing. And I think, I hope that if I come back in a year, I do see a bit more adoption. So a lot of the questions people are asking at some of the sessions are the questions that I see out working with customers from people who've not really even started yet.
Okay.
So there's the questions you ask when you haven't started, and I know what those questions are. And then there's the slightly deeper questions, which I've seen appear in the Q&A a little bit. They get less votes in the Q&A. Next year I would expect more people have tried this, and so more of the questions are kind of, I have been trying to do this, it didn't work for these reasons, what would you recommend? Rather than, what's a tool I could use, or how do I do this? I mean, the whole expo is full of tools. So, or you can use Google, or you can talk to ChatGPT.
Fair enough. I know what you mean. I think it's kind of early days, and there will be some measure of skepticism.
And that's totally healthy as well. And these people need to be the ones keeping that skepticism. Other people will lose the track. So quality and testing people need to be cautious, absolutely.
Amazing. So what kind of problems are people coming to you with in terms of your clients? And is AI mature enough, the world of AI, to address a lot of the problems that you are being asked by your clients in terms of what are they after?
Yeah, so I'm firmly in the school of thought that whether or not AGI is coming, or I'm in the school of thought that if we just stopped the AI frontier models, if we didn't get ChatGPT 5, if we got no further Claude, if GitHub Copilot was frozen, we'd still have 5 or 10 years to work out how we get the value out of what we've already got. And then you start to think about how people are distilling those models down into smaller, specialized, open source models, different licensing, run it on the device, send less of your data. So AI can do any of the things that anyone can imagine that they need doing or help with in software development. The challenge now is a bit more fundamental. I'm going to cover it in the talk tomorrow. For me as a data person, when I think about the data problems that I've studied and the things I had to do to get that data, and then I look at software development, quality testing, there's so much data that people are not using, right? So that for me is the big focus in our company, because when people come to us for help with quality and testing, and they say, we're interested in AI, half the things they say, you don't need AI to do that, right? We've had solutions 5, 10, 20 years ago to solve that. So in that way, AI is just the latest kind of torch that shines where you have gaps. So if you don't have CI/CD, if you're building, software the way people used to, do you really want to put AI on top of that? And then the other half of the problems are, okay, well, we are bought into automated testing, but now we have a new code base to manage our automated tests. How do we efficiently update automated tests when the software that is testing changes? For me, I had a massive aha moment, maybe August last year, when I saw one of our teams show that for a decent suite of Playwright automated tests, on just a generic front end, that the developers could make all kinds of changes to the front end, and then a large language model could get like 99 to 100% accuracy on changing the tests. And for me, that was like, I was really hoping that would happen, because large language models should be able to do that. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's really cool. So wherever you are in the testing maturity journey, and moving towards automation, there's something AI can do for you. And I think the frontier is, going back to what we heard from Mark this morning, the oracle, the knowledge not written down in the code, it does exist in the organization. And I think it's the job of quality people to go and get that. In the way that data people, we are used to scrounging around for all the data we can get. Quality people now need to get a bit scrappy and say, okay, well, I could wait for the oracle to come to me, or I could assemble it myself with the help of AI.
Amazing. It's interesting you have such a strong background to being a data kind of scientist or kind of data engineer. Do you see that skill to be dominating kind of the need for tomorrow's testers, tomorrow's engineers? Is that an essential skill going forward?
I think so. And we're finding that in our training our own people, recruiting new people. What I look for is something I call AI mindset, which is really just an ability to handle the fact that the world's not perfect, answers are never perfect, data is never perfect, and this AI thing we have doesn't make perfect predictions. Now, for many developers and many testers, that is a very difficult thing to get your head around, right? Tests pass or fail. They don't work on a continuum between 0 and 100. So it's not so much go and be a data scientist, retrain as that, but start to think about, the part of testing and quality that does need to be deterministic. Let's keep it, and let's use AI to do that better. But realistically, every human being working in a testing and quality environment is making a bunch of grey zone decisions every day. And that's where AI can make the biggest difference, but you have to sort of welcome it into your workflow. And that requires a different way of thinking about it than trying to get perfection, which is just, it's not possible, so you'll be disappointed.
Absolutely. No, it's really insightful, and thanks, Shaun, for putting so much light on this. I was going to ask the next thing in that, is engaging with community a thing that you are actively doing? Because there's so much knowledge that you could potentially share with.
Yeah, I mean, I volunteered for the community table thing, just to talk about where are you people keeping this data? you know, it's bug reports, it's user feedback, it's all of the software that's been written, it's all of the code that didn't go to production, right?
Yes, yes.
Think about that.
Yes.
The code that didn't go to production is a really useful source of signals about what else might fail in the future.
Nice one.
So that's the community session I'm running in a bit, is
Wonderful.
where are you people keeping this
Yes.
really valuable data that it's been created but it didn't have a use at the time?
Right, right.
But if we've kind of kept hold of it, which we
Yes,
probably have,
yes, yes.
how can we crack some signal out of that and use it to, you know, build that Oracle type knowledge?
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Data is going to be the new currency, and
It is, and data people have known that for a while.
yes.
Everyone else is now coming around
to
to
go on
that.
the journey
But
and
for
really-
quality people,
Yes.
that data of the processes
Yes.
is the differentiator that gets you more value from AI than someone who hasn't been collecting it.
Fantastic. Great. Shaun, thanks so much for this. And
My pleasure.
look
Thank you for
forward to
having
the talk tomorrow. And is there a place where people can follow your work? Is there a website or LinkedIn or
Best thing is follow me on LinkedIn, probably.
Okay.
I'm not super active, but
Okay.
when I do share something that someone else has brought to my attention, usually it's something that I found genuinely interesting.
Fantastic. What's the highlight of Eurostar for yourself? Is it your first Eurostar, by the way?
It's my first Eurostar,
Okay.
yeah, so it's been, I mean, it's just awesome to come to a conference that's been running 30 years.
Yes,
In the data space,
yes,
even the ones that ran for a long time, they expired, like their usefulness
yes, yes.
went away.
Yes.
Like, it's sort of like a max lifespan of 5-10 years. So to
Yes,
see
yes.
a continuous community
Nice
over
one.
30 years is remarkable.
Brilliant, brilliant. I think that'll be a lovely message for the Eurostar team. And thanks so much, Shaun, for taking time to talk to us. And wish you all the best for your talk tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you.